Marshmallow Fanboy, here to review Superboy Prime from Infinite Crisis. It's a figure I found on a toy run today to GameStop. He's a clearance item, $17.97, but he was also 25% off additionally. For clearance items, he's a character that you can probably all relate to it, where there isn't any books that I really enjoyed reading about him in, but I love the design of the character. The character looks badass. Love the look. And that was the dilemma. I thought, I don't like the comic at all. I don't know if I should get him, and if I'm getting an Infinite Crisis figure and another Infinite Crisis figure comes out about some character I kind of didn't enjoy the adventures of, am I getting that one too? But for, 17 and then 25% off the 17, it was worth a shot. So yeah, Superboy Prime. Now this was part of there were a couple characters that came out about the same time. Demon, Dr. Fate, I don't remember. Oh, White Knight Batman, the DC Designer Series Wonder Woman designed by Todd McFarlane. And I think that's Dark Shazam, if I'm not mistaken. But that is the box that Superboy Prime comes in. He has a flight stand in there, which I'm already excited about because I'm trained to look for the action figure stand, and in its absence, there's a clear thing that can only be the flight stand. So let's take this thing out and see what we've got. Now that Superboy Prime is out of the box, let's take a closer look. First, as promised, a flight stand, which actually does double as an action figure stand. There is a peg for him. Even though the flight stand wiggles a lot, it's pretty stable. I mean, if you do that, it's going to fall over, but other than that, it's pretty stable. The clip isn't wide enough to get all the way around his waist, but it is tight enough to hold it around the edge of the waist that you can get to. So that's really nice. Let me lower that. Superboy Prime has a lot of tubes, but the tubes I found to be real stable and really just in there. I hate the tubes where you can kind of take them out and then you have to sort of plug them in, and that I find that irritating. The nice logo, big logo with the black background is really striking. The shoulder pads don't move. They move a little, I guess. The head has a really nice sculpt to it. There is something over on this side that kind of looks like a shadow. You can see it looks like a bruise, and it could be that maybe it's just part of the features. Maybe he's got stolen features or something. It's got the spit curl. That's nice touch. Let's check him out. Let's see. Does he look down? Ooh, he looks down a lot. See if he looks up. Yeah, he looks up pretty good. Pretty well. So 360 on the arms isn't going to happen, but let me see if he's got, doesn't look like butterfly joints, but there are ball joints in there, so he can raise it up to about there. He can't go back far without hitting the shoulder pads, but oh yeah, I guess I was lying. He can kind of avoid the shoulder pads a little bit. And the tubes stay with him. I love that the tubes stay with it. So let's see, bicep swivel, check. Double pin elbows, check. Tube still follows. Tube doesn't get ripped out by any of that motion. There's a cool tube running right along that rib cage. So it stays above the rib cage, so that it gives you the rib cage some flexibility, and also he flexes at the waist too, so he can really kind of do this. There's a gap there, so you probably don't want to do that all the way, but he can stretch all that way. And of course the usual joints for a McFarlane figure underneath, kind of a hinge and swivel. No thigh swivel, but his knees kind of double, but they hit the hose. The hose doesn't tear out. The hose isn't fragile. I love that the hoses are just, they're all over the place and they're flexible, and you don't lose any of the motion. but at the same time, it's, you know, they're just solidly in there. So let me see the boot. No rotation on the boot. Rat. But the toe hinge and the toe points, and so there's a hinge. Let's see. Any swivel to it? No swivel to it. There's got to be a little bit of a swivel to it, maybe. Maybe that I'm just imagining that. The hands have, yeah, they have a hinge in there. It's like a ball joint for them. They can move all over the place with that. So he can, you know, be palm up. I'm happy they didn't give him flying hands like they gave Quasar, these really straight hands, because you lift him up and it looks like he's, you know, doing something he shouldn't be doing. But there's the cape, really nice. The metal part holds on the cape, and I don't know if the cape is sort of stuck in there by. It does look like there's a little hole for the cape, but I don't think this part comes off at all. Yeah, it's molded on. The cape is really cool. The figure's just really cool. Like I said, I love the design of the figure. I love the look of this figure just a whole lot. But, you know, he's not a character that has done a series or a story that I like. I didn't super like the Infinite Crisis. I thought I don't know what I really thought about it. I think it was a lot of exposition and not a lot of, you know, interaction, or I probably didn't super understand what was going on. And a lot of those cosmic things, they're chasing 3 goo gods that basically do the, you know, G.I. Joe Weather Dominator, and you're like, oh, they're collecting water and earth and this, and then they're gonna have some sort of device that I guess alters the weather for some reason. So that was a lot of stuff. But you know, for the price that I got a character that was well designed with all these hoses that are just accent the hell out of the figure, and also, you know, they're just solidly in there. And it comes with a flight stand. Like, any day you get a flight stand, man, that's a win. And of course, it can double as just an action figure stand. So good day. And I will see you next time. Until then, enjoy your toys.